Imagine you come home one day. Your boyfriend of 4 years is sitting at the kitchen table. No phone, no TV, no dinner. Just him, staring at you. And the first thing he says is, "How long have you been lying to me?" You have no idea what he's talking about. But he does. And what he found out changes everything. Welcome back. If you're new here, this channel is where we take the most jaw-dropping, gut-wrenching stories from the internet and break them down together. Today's story comes straight from Reddit's r/Am I the Asshole, posted by a user we'll call Maya. And I need you to stay with me until the end, because the twist in this one? Nobody saw it coming, not even Maya. So here's the setup. Maya is 27. Her boyfriend, let's call him Daniel, is 30. They've been together for 4 years, living together for 2. By all accounts, things are good. They have a dog, a shared Netflix account, matching mugs. You know the drill. But there is one problem: Daniel's mother. Now, before you roll your eyes and think, "Oh great, another mother-in-law story," hold on. Because this is not your typical overbearing mom situation. This woman, and Maya describes her in the post, would text Daniel constantly. We're talking 20, 30, sometimes 50 messages a day. She'd call during dinner. She'd call during date nights. She once called 7 times in a row during their anniversary trip to Portugal because she, quote, had a bad feeling. Maya had been patient. For years. She'd smiled through the interruptions, laughed it off with friends, told herself it wasn't her relationship to manage. But slowly, quietly, it was eating her alive. So one night, after Daniel's mom called 3 times during a movie he'd been promising Maya they'd watch together for 2 months, Maya made a decision. She picked up Daniel's phone while he was in the bathroom, and she deleted his mother's contact. Not blocked, not muted, deleted. Now, here's where it gets complicated. Daniel didn't notice. Not that night, not the next day. His mom tried calling. The calls came through as an unknown number. Daniel, like most people, doesn't answer unknown numbers. His mom eventually texted from a different phone. Daniel replied, but the name wasn't there, just a number. He didn't connect the dots. For 3 weeks, Daniel was essentially cut off from his mother. Not completely. She found ways through. Emails, a neighbor she asked to check on him, but the daily flood of calls? Gone. And Maya tells Reddit, those 3 weeks were the best of their relationship. Daniel was present. He was calm. He was there. And that's the part that should make you uncomfortable, because Maya knew what she'd done, and she let it continue. It all unravels when Daniel's mom drives to their apartment, in person, because she's convinced something terrible has happened to her son. She's been tracking his location on Find My Friends. Yes, she has that. And she can see he's alive, but she hasn't heard his voice in weeks. Daniel opens the door. His mom bursts into tears. There's a whole scene. The neighbor is there. There's crying, there's hugging, and then his mom pulls out her phone and says, "Why did you delete my number?" Daniel looks confused. "I didn't delete your number." And they both slowly turn to look at Maya. Maya says in her post, and this is the line that destroyed the comment section, she says, "I didn't deny it immediately. I think that's what gave me away." She comes clean, right there, in front of his crying mother and her stunned boyfriend. She explains why she did it. The constant interruptions, the anniversary trip, the movie night, the years of feeling like she was always third in the relationship. And Daniel, quiet, calm Daniel, asks his mother to leave. His mother leaves, and now it's just the 2 of them. Maya tells Reddit she expected him to yell. She wanted him to yell, honestly, because yelling she could handle. Yelling meant he was processing. Instead, Daniel sat down on the couch, put his head in his hands, and after a very long silence said, "I don't know if I can trust you." Not, "I'm angry," not, "How could you?" Just, "I don't know if I can trust you." Maya posts all of this on Reddit asking if she's the villain. And Reddit? Reddit is divided. One side says, what she did was a violation. Full stop. You do not go through your partner's phone and manipulate their relationships. That's controlling behavior, And if Daniel had done it to Maya, everyone would be calling it a red flag. The audacity to not only do it, but to let it go on for 3 weeks? That's not a mistake, that's a choice. The other side, and this camp is loud, says Daniel's mother was a genuine problem that Daniel had repeatedly failed to address. Maya had complained, Maya had asked, Maya had been patient for 4 years. At what point does a partner's inaction become its own betrayal? At what point do you stop waiting for someone to protect the relationship you're both supposed to be building? And buried deep in the comments, 4,000 upvotes, someone wrote this: "She's wrong, but she's not the only one wrong here." Daniel let his mother treat his relationship like a waiting room for 4 years. Maya just finally closed the door. Badly. Badly. That word. Because that's the thing, isn't it? The action wasn't evil, the method was. Maya gives an update at the bottom of the post. She and Daniel are in couples therapy now. His mother has been asked, finally, to respect boundaries around calls and texts. Daniel admitted he'd been avoiding the confrontation for years because his father died when he was 12, and his mother had told him, more than once, that he was all she had. 12 years old, sitting with his grieving mother, being told he was her whole world. And he'd been carrying that ever since. Suddenly, the 50 texts a day look different, don't they? Suddenly, Maya's 3 weeks of silence look different too. Because this was never really about a deleted contact. It was about 2 people who loved each other and had both, in their own way, stopped telling the truth. So here's where I land. Maya crossed a line. A real one. You don't manipulate someone's phone and then enjoy the results in silence. Trust, once broken that way, takes time to rebuild. And Daniel has every right to feel what he's feeling. But Daniel spent 4 years watching his girlfriend drown slowly. Mosh! And handing her a towel instead of pulling her out of the water. They both owe each other a conversation they were too afraid to have. Maya just forced it. Badly, dishonestly, desperately. But she forced it. And sometimes, that's the only reason things change at all. So I want to hear from you. Was Maya completely in the wrong? Is this a relationship worth saving? Or is Daniel the one who really needs to look in the mirror here? Drop your verdict in the comments right now. YT, A, NT, A, or E, S, H. And tell me why. I read every single one. If this story hit you, share it with someone who needs to hear it today. And I will see you in the next one. Don't forget, someone in your life is probably waiting for you to have the conversation you keep putting off. Just maybe don't delete anyone's contacts first.